Hello and welcome to the first edition of the Real Bills Now podcast of the 2014 offseason. I'm your host Dave Kress, and as always, I am joined by my partner Brendan Harrington. Brendan, how you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. Just to really quick. We're back talking Bills.
Yeah, the thing that's not fun is the Bills 6-10 finish. Yet again, they finished 6-10 last year, and I believe the year before. Am I correct?
I believe so.
Yeah, so 6-10 seems to be the lucky number for the Bills, which that's not a good thing, but for teams who don't go 6-10 are in the playoffs and another good weekend of playoff football of the divisional round. So what do you think about this weekend of football?
I actually disagree. I just don't think it was a good week for football. I think it was cool, like, no, but let's just do a quick update. Yesterday, Broncos beat the Chargers in one of the games with Quan Bach. They beat them 47-24. Don't let that score deceive you. The Chargers made a late comeback. I think Carson Wentz had a touchdown game.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, also, the 49ers just demolished Cam Newton and his offense and won 24-10. That was a pretty good game by the 49ers. And then on Saturday night, or I said, yeah, Saturday night, 12 o'clock game, Seahawks beat the Saints. They pretty much handled them the whole game, especially on defense. And then the Patriots just put a smashing on the Colts yesterday. Taking the lead at 1. Picked off 4 times, including the late
You
the
mean
ones that didn't really matter, but
you mean you mean Andrew Luck?
yeah, Andrew Luck. Sorry, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Was that his? Yeah. All right. Let's get into some Bills news. We'll talk about the playoffs in a couple minutes.
All right.
The Bills announced today that they released linebackers coach Chuck WJ. As you can see on the team, I didn't see anything else with the linebackers. They didn't really have a good rushing defense this year. That might be part of the reason, or maybe from the draft. Maybe some of the players. Nobody really knows. And then just a couple days ago, the Bills announced that they re-signed longtime punter Brian Moorman. He's actually 39 years old now,
Yeah.
and I don't think it was a good move, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's an alright move. He really wasn't that great this year. So that's why I don't get why Buffalo's all flipping out, because he's like the best punter in history or whatever, but he's a punter. And he wasn't even that great of a punter. Last season he finished 32nd in the league for average punts per 32nd out of 32 for average punts. Yeah. With like 41 yards. And then for inside the 20, how many punts he had inside the 20? And you could say, well, that punting yard stats isn't really reliable because you don't know where they're punting from, but he only pinned the ball inside the 20 16 times, which comes in 30th amongst the league. So,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Well, let's see what he did. They're trying to put him in the competition in training camp. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe an upset at the punting position in training camp. I believe we do talk about that obviously a lot this year. Training camp.
Yeah.
Training camp comes around in June or July or whenever. Um, and alright, let's get into the real thing. So the Bills went 6-10 this year. Not a good year. EJ Manuel struggled for the most part. He struggled to stay on the field also. Pretty disappointing because he kind of made it.
No, I kind of like DJ Manuel this year. Although he was injured a lot of the year, he still showed some promising signs, and that's what I liked uh, the most. He was clutch, and that's a big part. So I was pretty happy with what Manuel did for the time he was in.
Yeah, I would have to say I was pleased with some. Not pleased, not very pleased with some, but I believe this kind of shows that he might be a little bit injury prone. You never know though. But things did come in the Saturday, or training camp did go the way he planned on it to. But one thing, I'm just giving you a couple stats here. He was
Yeah, it's up there. And then for overall he was just shy of 2,000 yards, had a 77% passer rating, and threw 11 touchdowns. So I believe it was more actually. I think it was. I don't know. It was 9. Yeah, 9. Yeah, that was his worst game. He threw 4 picks in that game, so by far his worst game. Mm-hmm. Although, although when when Manuel was in, he was good. Like I mean, like when he was good, when he was playing his best, you could tell against the Jets. Their second matchup, he did amazing. He had 121 passer ratings, 71 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, and 250 passing yards. And then another game he did good was against the Jaguars, 193 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw a pick, but he had 105 passer rating and 70% completion. Alright, the Jets, who finished 2 games higher than the Bills. Against the Panthers, how about? He did pretty good in that game. He had 300 passing yards, 70% completion percentage. You could say it wasn't until the last drive, but he did good. It does matter. No, he didn't. That's a lie. No, it was like 220. I'll check. 229. Handing off the ball doesn't count. He wasn't even calling the plays, so. Well, passing yards doesn't matter that great, but what does matter is completion percentage. And, well, you know, your touchdowns. Alright, whatever. And that is not the second highest. Manuel outthrew him in week against the Panthers, against the Jets, and against both Jets games. So. And to say completion percentage, Jeff Toole had a 46% completion percentage in that Chiefs game and a 40% completion percentage in the Browns game when he came in for Manuel. I do. That's not true. No way. Yeah, Lewis isn't good. He beat the Dolphins twice. That's all he did. He beat the Dolphins twice in one of the games. He did nothing. All he did. The one game he didn't have to do anything. They won 19-0. I could have won that game for him. I could have played quarterback and the Bills still would have won.
No, you couldn't though.
I guess I could have. I could have played.
Can't leave 90 yards back if you
No, didn't. All of the points came from either Dan Carpenter or the running backs. So points.
where the points come from.
What matters to you?
Which matters
Yards don't matter. Completion percentage doesn't matter. Passer rating doesn't matter to you. Touchdowns don't matter to you. Interceptions. All right, so you. Well, I know that if it's higher, it's better. And so you're saying nothing matters. You're saying nothing matters. You just don't think a single stat matters. Yeah, but he didn't deserve that. Like he didn't do anything to get. He didn't put the points up. All he did was give it to Fred Jackson and Spiller. I could have did that. I could have got them 3 points. So yeah, Thad Lewis didn't really have a good game. Like he didn't need to do anything in that game. All they needed was 1 field goal to win. No, no, he would have. So you don't like Manuel at all? No, you just said that you don't think he could put up a single point against the Dolphins. That's what you just said. You said you don't think Manuel could put up a single point against the Dolphins. Thad Lewis turned the ball over. He threw a pick. So you're saying you like Thad Lewis than EJ Manuel? That's what you're saying. Because that's exactly what you're saying. He was outplayed. He was not outplayed by Thad Lewis. You're saying that Thad Lewis is better. You're like, what? You like Thad Lewis better? You like Thad Lewis better than EJ Manuel? You're saying that you think that Manuel would have been able to find a way to not put up a single point against the Dolphins?
No, I think that the Dolphins would put up 1 point if EJ Manuel was in because he would have turned the ball over.
Ah, interesting.
I just understand what you like about EJ Manuel here.
I'm saying that he showed some good signs, and you're just trying to find. You just said that. But then you said you think he couldn't put up a single point against the Dolphins. Oh my God. They would have lost. That's not what you said. You said that Manuel would have found a way to lose the game. No way. So you think? Who? Panthers. Wins do matter. Obviously.
I know, but you're saying like I should have done that.
Well, you're saying it wasn't a good game by Thad Lewis. He didn't do anything to win the game. Like, he didn't need to. So you're saying you like Thad Lewis than Manuel? Because every time I say something bad, you think he's better?
No.
Because every time I say something about Thad Lewis, you try to fight back by saying something bad about Manuel.
Backup of this team, and if EJ Manuel can't stay healthy, then he's gonna be the starter unless we draft somebody.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Manuel's better, obviously better than Thad Lewis. I just don't know where you're coming from. So you do like, I can't hear you. And, alright, fine, but he's showed signs and you're just shooting everything he did down. You're finding a way to mock him. No, Jeff Toole did not. Jeff Toole did not. And neither did Matt Lyon. Oh my god, you're such a piece of shit. You're so frustrating. Oh my god. Because you're so stupid. You're so stupid. Alright. Alright, yeah. And also, yeah, and also my stats show, where stats actually matter, will be premiering next Monday. And there won't be any Brendan, so no stupid arguments. So you should be looking into that. Alright, that'll do it, and I'll see you next time.